Did you know that the term postpartum isn't necessarily just referring to the first 6-8 weeks after you have a baby? For a lot of women, it can last up to 6 months to a year, and in some cases, postpartum can even last for 2 years. Your body goes through so many changes, and for every pregnancy and birth that you experience, you are reborn as a woman and as a mom. Our society tends to put a lot of pressure on women to bounce back and get back to normal. And while for some women, getting back into a routine right away and not having a whole lot of downtime, for a lot of women that works, but for some women, that's not the case, and their body needs more time and more rest, and that's okay. It's okay if it takes you weeks, it's okay if it takes you months. You know yourself, you know your body, and you need to be taking care of yourself after you have a baby. I am no expert, I've had 3 children, but with every postpartum experience that I've had, I have learned more about myself, about my body, the way I respond to postpartum. And in the past, I've battled with things like depression and anxiety, and going through those things has taught me a lot. And so today I'm going to share my guide to having a happy and healthy postpartum. These are things that work for me postpartum, but your postpartum might look a little bit different, and that's okay. Today I just want to share some things that I have found to be useful and helpful. These are things that I actually use. I'm also going to be talking a little bit about how to take care of your mental health when you are postpartum. And I'm not saying that by following this guide you're going to 100% avoid depression, you're going to 100% avoid anxiety, because those are variables in your postpartum experience. So many things are variables when you're postpartum. But these are things that I have found to be helpful, and I am so excited to be sharing them with you. I'm currently 2 months postpartum with my 3rd baby, and every single birth and postpartum experience that I've had has changed me and shaped me as a woman and as a mom. I've learned different things from every single experience. So that is what today's video is all about. I'm going to be sharing with you some of the tips and tricks and things that I have gleaned from my experiences. And I know that this video is going to reach a lot of seasoned moms who have gone through so much more than I have in life. And so I would like to encourage you to head to the comment section and leave your wise, sage advice for all of the other young moms and young women and women that are in the middle of motherhood and postpartum. Leave your tips and tricks in the comment section so that we can all be helping each other. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Kim. I am a wife. I'm a mama to 3 little boys. I'm a Christian, and I'm a part of the Mennonite culture. And this is my channel where we talk about motherhood, we talk about life, we talk about a wide variety of things. And I am so glad that you're here. So let's get into the video. So before we get too far into the video, I want to tell you about some of the practical products that I use. With my first pregnancy, I prepared so much for postpartum. I bought all sorts of things, and then I only ended up using some of them. And so for my last 2 babies, those are the only products I bought. Girl, you need a Peri bottle, and this one's amazing. For my first 2 babies, I just used the little squirt bottle that they give you in the hospital, but I got a Peri bottle this time because I've heard so many good things about them, and I absolutely love them. So get yourself a Peri bottle. This is the Perineal spray from Earth Mama. I've used this with all of my babies, and I love it. Also, shameless plug, the mesh underwear that they give you at the hospital are actually amazing for postpartum, and you can just throw them away or you can wash them. You have that option, and you can get them on Amazon. I have them linked in my Amazon storefront. Another product that I love to have on hand when I'm postpartum is the Herbal bath from Earthley, and I'll put a picture on the screen, and I'll also link the Herbal bath in the description box. It's basically like an herbal tea that you make. I know this is weird, hear me out. You pour the tea, the hot steeped herbal water, I mean it's a tea, let's be real, it's tea. You pour the tea into your bath water, and then you sit in it and soak. You basically marinate in this little herbal bath. But it's super healing, it's so good for your body. What can I say, it's a good product. And there are so many good brands of like nipple cream out there, but what I recommend is the nipple butter from Earth Mama. I've used it with all of my babies. I love it. I haven't really shopped around for another option just because I've been happy with the nipple butter from Earth Mama. If you have any other suggestions as far as nipple creams go ahead and put those in the comment section for other mamas that are looking for a good nipple cream. Let's help each other out. That's why we're here. While we're on the nipple cream topic, another thing you're going to want to have postpartum is some nursing pads. That should be common knowledge. But if you're new to the postpartum scene, you might have forgotten about it or you might not know about it. So get some nursing pads. My next tip for you is invest in some really good nursing bras. That's something I didn't do with my first baby. And so I have actually just invested in some really comfy nursing bras, and I'm not gonna leave you hanging. My favorite brand is Tender Seasons, and I will be linking these nursing bras in the description box. Is it TMI to be putting the brand of bra that I wear on my YouTube channel? Probably, but here's the reality. We're all moms and we want a really good comfy nursing bra, and so here you go. Something else I recommend is invest in a really comfy pair of pajamas. Not only do you deserve to be comfy and cozy after 9 long months of pregnancy and then birth, but also you want to feel cute, you want to feel cozy, you want to feel a little bit put together, and nothing does that quite like a brand new set of cozy pajamas. The next thing I want to share with you is that it's okay to limit visitors. Visitors are amazing, especially postpartum. You always feel so loved, especially if people are bringing in meals, they want to sit and chat and love on your new baby, and that is so wonderful. But there's also a time and a place for it. And if you are feeling overwhelmed and tired, it's really okay to tell someone that you have a full day and it's just really not going to suit. For those that are wanting to visit, it can be helpful if you let them know that maybe a text in advance before they just stop in would be helpful, and also help you be able to be mentally and physically prepared to have someone stopping in. And if you've had a rough night with a newborn, it really is okay to tell someone that today's really not going to suit. That's something that's so hard for me, is because I don't want to like hurt someone's feelings and tell them, no, you can't come visit. But honestly, they're gonna understand, and if they don't, that's on them, because you just had a baby. You don't have to feel obligated to host. I'm dealing with a little bit of head congestion while I'm recording this voiceover, so bear with me. But another tip for postpartum is to snuggle your little baby as much and as often as you can, because babies sure don't keep, and these newborn days are just so special. I know it takes a lot of extra effort, especially when you're freshly postpartum. Try and eat healthy, nourishing meals. First of all, your body just went through pregnancy and birth, and it's trying to heal. Secondly, your body's trying to make breast milk to sustain an entire baby. The least you can do is eat some good, nourishing meals and fuel your body. If at all possible, load up on protein, and a really good source of that is red meat, such as beef. And girl, drink that water like it's going out of style. Your body needs water, especially when you're postpartum and your body's trying to produce breast milk and regulate your breast milk. Water is key. Hey, there you are, you little stinker. I was looking for you. I bet you were hiding because you knew I was going to talk about women's adult diapers. Well, you're not wrong. I always said I was never going to wear an adult diaper when I was postpartum. I was like, no, that's not going to be me. You know, if you don't wear Depends when you're postpartum, you're just better than me. And I hope you know that. But personally, I am a Depends girl. Cool your jets. It's only for like the first 2 or 3 days when you're having heavy bleeding. It's just really nice to be wearing disposable underwear versus wearing a little pad and then you leak and it's just a mess. So if that's what works for you, awesome. There's a lot of information going in this video, so enjoy. You know, I probably should have put a disclaimer on the thumbnail that this video is for a mature audience, and you know, it probably would have generated more clicks, so why didn't I do that? Rookie mistake. There's nothing quite like taking a shower to make you feel a little bit human again. And yes, I am currently sitting in my shower. So, the things we do for a YouTube video. Let's talk about self-care for just a minute. And sometimes for some women postpartum, the only type of self-care you can fit in is a shower, and that's pretty much all you can do. Baking has always been a hobby of mine. So I want to tell you a funny story from my most recent postpartum experience. I was 2 days postpartum and I decided to bake banana muffins. And I've made this particular recipe of banana muffins probably 100 times. I pretty much have it memorized, but I wanted to feel like myself again. I wanted to make muffins for my family, and so I decided to whip them up one evening, and as I'm whipping them up, I felt like something didn't seem right. The batter just didn't seem like normal, and I was so confused. I stood there and looked at the batter for the longest time, like, why does this feel so weird? Why is this so wrong? But I was like, it's fine. Went to bake them, and then it finally hit me. I had replaced the entire flour that the recipe calls for with sugar. So I had added no flour and doubled up on the sugar that this recipe called for. I totally ruined an entire batch of muffins. So I didn't actually end up making the muffins, but I did get a good chuckle. It felt really good to laugh 2 days postpartum. And so I guess it did the job. Self-care can look totally different for every single woman. Finding little ways throughout your day to feel like a whole person, to remind you of the person you were and the person that you still are, that can be super beneficial. I truly understand that when you're postpartum, you have very little free time. I just want to encourage you to carve out just a little bit of time in your day to spend with the Lord. And I know diving into a whole Bible study or something of that sort can feel really overwhelming, but I want to share something with you that a friend actually gifted to me, and it has been so fun to have. It's a book called Mom Heart Moments, and you may have heard of it before, but it's basically just a day-by-day devotional. They're short, they're meaningful, it's something that you can easily fit into your day. So every devotional is dated, and if you don't feel like purchasing a brand new devotional right now, that's okay. Just open your Bible, see what the Lord has for you, and spend some time with Him. I gotta be honest with you, my biggest tip for postpartum is to have the most amazing husband in the world. And I'm sorry, he's taken. But Daryl is seriously the glue that holds us together when I'm postpartum. He is so helpful. He does all of the things. He does the cooking, the laundry, takes care of the children, takes care of the baby. Basically, all I have to do is feed and rest when I am freshly postpartum. And Daryl does everything else when he's home. But he can't be home forever, and so my mom actually came down and spent 4 days with us right after Leaf was born. She just blessed me and our family so much in the way that she just selflessly did all of the things and took care of my house, took care of my children, took care of me. That is so crucial to having a good postpartum, is to have someone there that you trust, someone that you don't feel like you have to be entertaining, you don't have to be directing them on how to do this and that, and someone that is comfortable in your space. And if you don't have a family member that you trust or someone that is willing to come and be that for you, I would recommend looking into a postpartum doula. Yes, postpartum doulas are a thing. Look into that if you don't have anyone else that you feel like can come help you. Honestly, sleep is probably the best thing you can do for yourself postpartum, but we know how that goes with a newborn. So the one thing that our body needs to heal is the one thing that we don't get to have when we're postpartum. Isn't that lovely how that works? We need to have a serious chat for a minute. I mean, can you even take me seriously? I'm literally sitting on the floor in my kitchen eating a muffin. Here's the deal. Social media is a fabulous thing, okay? We get to interact with other moms that are in the stage of life that we're in. Maybe you like to use it to connect with friends and family that you don't get to see very often. And I'm not just talking about Instagram, I'm talking about social media in general. Social media can be extremely detrimental when you are postpartum. Those late nights when you're up with a newborn and you are scrolling through TikTok or Reels. One TikTok or one Reel is saying, you should be breastfeeding your baby, but maybe breastfeeding isn't going good for you. Then you scroll to the next reel or the next TikTok, and it's another mom saying that if you want your baby to sleep, you need to be swaddling, but your baby doesn't like to be swaddled. Then you're gonna scroll to the next reel, and it's gonna be a whole bunch of statistics about how bad it is to be swaddling your baby. And while these particular videos weren't intended to hurt your feelings or make you feel like a bad mom, but when you're in that really vulnerable postpartum state, your emotions and hormones are kind of all over the place. Seeing those things and hearing those things, it can start to affect you. And it can start to affect your mental health and the mom that you are. And those videos that you're seeing on the internet, you can't let those affect you. And sometimes the best way to do that is to not look at them anymore. If it's making you feel like less of a mom, if it's making you feel like you're not doing a good job, and I just want you to know that that is untrue and that you're doing a great job, and maybe we just need to take a break from social media. I hope this advice is well received. I hope you know what I'm trying to say. Gonna go finish my muffin. If there's something that I missed or failed to mention, go ahead and put that in the comment section so that we can all glean the wisdom of the older and wiser that are here on my channel. I hope this is helpful and you're doing a great job. I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!